Hi, I'm James Ramsey, and I wanted to show you the improvements we've been making recently to streamlining the release post item process. This is the documentation that's in the handbook around the release post item generator. So if you have any questions, refer to this as your first port of call, but please let me know in Slack if you find anything that is confusing or unclear, or report any bugs or improvement ideas that you might have. Really keen to keep iterating on this and make this process nice and smooth. So the easiest way to demonstrate this is by example, I think. And this is an epic that the GitLab group has been working on, and a good example. So what I've done here is I've added a new release notes section. It's best to add this at the start of the description, and the content here will be used in your release post item description. If you add a documentation link or were to upload an image into this section, that would be used for the documentation and image in your release post item. The other thing to take note of is the labels. It's important to have category, group, and stage labels. Category and stage labels are used directly in the release post item, while the group label is used for determining the stable counterparts who should be mentioned on the merge request. So the technical writer, product marketing, and engineering manager. In the case of the engineers that would normally be mentioned on the merge request, they'll be determined based on the assignees of the issue. Epics don't have assignees, so the engineers can't be assigned or mentioned in the merge request. And in the case of removals and deprecations, the due date will be used either from the due date field for epics and issues, or from milestones in the case of issues, if you didn't set a specific due date. So that's a high-level overview of the different fields you need to set. Let's see this thing in action. So I'm going to run the script manually so that I don't have to wait for an hour. To trigger this, you would need to assign a label. So release post, can't spell, release post item top. And if I was to assign that, next time the CI job runs, which happens hourly, it would create the merge request for me. I'm running this manually and creating the merge request in an example project so as not to create noise for everyone. I'll open the merge request. You would be assigned to this automatically. Derek is not assigned to this in this case because this is a private project to prevent notification noise, and you can't assign someone that's not part of the project. You can see that the labels have been applied correctly. The top label has been applied so that the people who are working to assemble the whole release post can quickly find the top primary and secondary items when they're doing their content reviews earlier in the process. Now you'll see that the different people involved have been mentioned based on the group that was set. And if we go to the Changes tab, we can see that the epic URL was set because it came from an epic. The documentation URL is detected from the epic description, and no image URL was set because we didn't provide one. And so that'll actually cause the CI pipeline to fail, and it's a good reminder that you need to add an image here. Other than that, this is pretty much ready to go. I could assign it straight to Geordie and Evan and ZJ to have a quick look. No real important edits need to be made because I set a clear description in my epic. If you have any questions, again, please reach out on Slack, leave your feedback in the monthly release post retrospective issue that'll be created, and hope this saves you all a bunch of time. Thanks.